A few years ago, I hit a turning point in my life. I knew something had to change, so I did what most people would do. I turned to the internet for answers. I became fixated on the idea of side hustles, devouring hours of YouTube videos, and reading countless articles that promised to transform my life. I chose what seemed like the perfect opportunity, one that claimed I could become a millionaire by working just a few hours a week. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? But let's be real, that's a fantasy. Falling for it is like believing in a get-rich-quick fairy tale. The truth is, obsessing over side hustles is a trap disguised as progress. Instead of moving closer to financial freedom, you're spinning your wheels. One video leads to another, and before you know it, you've spent hours chasing ideas with nothing to show for it. You're left feeling overwhelmed and stuck. That's why I'm here to tell you something most people want. Side hustles are not the solution for someone who truly wants to change their life. Side hustles are distractions dressed up as opportunities. They give the illusion of progress, but drain your time and energy. Sure, you might make a little extra money, but the cost is high. You stay caught in a cycle of working harder for minor gains, never breaking free. Instead of chasing small rewards, why not use that same effort to create something meaningful and transformative? It's time to shift your mindset. Think bigger and aim higher. In this video, I'm going to share 4 actionable steps that will help you use your time wisely and build something that can truly change your life. These aren't tips for adding more work to your schedule. They're strategies to redirect your energy toward creating lasting impact. My perspective comes from years of experience in building scalable, successful businesses. What I'm about to share isn't just theory, it's proven. Practical advice that can help you break free from unproductive cycles and achieve real results. I'm sharing this because what I'll discuss today isn't just theory, it's rooted in real experience. Now, let me tell you the key to starting a successful business. Spoiler alert, it's not really a secret, but it often gets drowned out by the endless noise of how to make money content online. The truth is, success in business boils down to a single straightforward formula. Write this down, keep it close, and never forget it. Identify a problem, solve the problem, get paid for it, and then refine and repeat. Let's break this down with some real-world examples of how ordinary people have built extraordinary businesses using this exact approach. The first step in the formula is to identify a problem. But before we dive into that, there's something even more important, a crucial pre-step that too many people overlook. It's simple. Start now. Quit talking about starting a business. Stop losing yourself in a never-ending loop of videos and idea hunting. And, most importantly, stop making excuses. You might think, I'll start when I have more time. Or, as soon as things calm down, I'll begin. Let me tell you, those excuses are just procrastination in disguise. And procrastination is the ultimate success killer. It drags you backward and creates negative momentum. What you need instead is forward momentum. The moment you take that first step, everything starts to shift. Movement breeds more movement, and progress becomes easier. So, take that step, get started. Great. Now that you're moving, here's what you need to focus on first. Identify a problem. Problems are everywhere. Every day, you encounter challenges, frustrations, and inefficiencies. In your life, in others' lives, in the world around you. The key is to become intentional about spotting them. Write them down. Don't just sit back waiting for the perfect business idea to magically appear in a dream, because that day might never come. Think about the challenges you've faced in your own life. What's been frustrating, complicated, or difficult to figure out? Consider your hobbies or work. What has felt like a hassle, or taken more effort than it should? Now, imagine what the solution to those problems might look like. If you can solve even one of those problems, you've uncovered the foundation for a potential business. At its core, every business is built on solving a problem in exchange for payment. For instance, entertainment businesses address a range of human needs, like boredom, loneliness, the desire for distraction, inspiration, or simply the need to unwind and relax. Health and wellness ventures, whether it's a doctor, a fitness expert, or a wellness coach, help solve personal health challenges by providing guidance, motivation, and tools for improvement. Meanwhile, a tax accountant addresses the stress and complexity of tax preparation, simplifying something that most people find overwhelming or time-consuming. Now, reflect for a moment. What are some of the problems you've personally encountered that you've solved or could solve? What skills have you gained or challenges you've overcome that might form the basis for a product or service? Let me give you an example. I once worked with a woman in New York City who had a passion for traditional teas. Even though we lived in a city with a rich and vibrant Chinatown, she struggled to find high-quality tea options that met her expectations. The tea choices available didn't reflect the authentic, rich traditions she was looking for, so she decided to take matters into her own hands. She created an online tea business called Sips of Tradition, where she curates premium, hand-picked teas from local farms in Asia, offering her customers a direct connection to the culture and craftsmanship behind each blend. Business doesn't need to be complicated to succeed. Whatever problems and solutions you identify, it's crucial to assess the market potential. Ask yourself, how many people or businesses face this issue? And how much would they pay for a solution? This is the same approach top investors use to evaluate startup opportunities. Understanding what problem you solve and the market demand can help you decide which business idea to pursue. Let's consider a few simple examples. Recently, I tried gardening and was overwhelmed with conflicting advice. We spent hours researching, trying to find clear, actionable guidance. For beginners, I would have happily paid for a step-by-step course. That saved us time and confusion. Many others would likely pay for a resource that takes the guesswork out of starting a garden. Similarly, when setting up a home office, we struggled to find efficient solutions for layout and furniture. We spent too much time browsing options with no clear direction. A service that simplifies this process would have been a game changer, and I would have gladly paid for it. Think about inefficiencies at work. What could be streamlined, simplified, or done more cost-effectively? If you can solve these problems, you're on the path to creating a business that serves real needs. Speaking of problems, I'm dealing with a small issue myself right now. I can't quite reach the like button on your screen. So, do me a favor and hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. I don't fully understand it, but I've heard a rumor that this somehow tells YouTube that this is a good video to share. I'm not sure how it works, but if you want more of this type of content, feel free to subscribe as well. Thanks a lot. Now, let's dive back into it. Number 2. Once you've identified some problems with significant market potential, the next step is to decide how you're going to solve them. Are you going to teach people to solve it themselves? Will you provide a service? Or will you create something to sell? Think about the method that makes the most sense for you and the problem you're addressing. But here's a critical point. Don't overthink the solution. I know it's tempting to try and design the perfect product right out of the gate, but you can't. The reality is, you don't yet fully understand your customer's problem or what the ideal product looks like. You have an idea, but you haven't tested it in the real world. So, instead of spending weeks or months perfecting something, focus on what's known as the minimum viable product, MVP. Your MVP is simply the smallest, simplest version of your idea that you believe will work and get you your first customers. Bring it to market and then listen to the feedback. Your customers will tell you what's working and what needs improvement. This approach will help you avoid wasting time on a product that may not meet your customers' true needs. This mindset is the heart of a concept explained in the book, The Lean Startup. It's an absolute must-read for anyone thinking about building a business. The strategies in this book will teach you how to approach product development and growth in a way that makes sense and is grounded in real-world feedback, not guesswork. Meet Sophie and Jake, 2 gardening enthusiasts. They love taking care of plants. But when they searched for gardening tutorials on YouTube, they found them overly complex and filled with unnecessary information. The content made the whole process seem more difficult than it really was. So they decided to create their own channel, offering simple, straightforward gardening tips for beginners. Their videos were basic but to the point, showing practical steps without the fluff. This was their minimum viable product, a no-frill solution to a common problem. And it worked. Their channel quickly gained traction, attracting thousands of subscribers. Eventually, they expanded by offering paid courses and gardening kits on their website. Now, let's talk about how to get paid. First, figure out how much it costs to create and deliver your solution. Factor in your time and any additional expenses. Then, research the market to determine what people are willing to pay. In the beginning, pricing can be tricky, but it's important to cover your costs and still make a profit. At this stage, you still won't know if your product is exactly what the market needs or if it needs some adjustments. You don't know yet how much value it will bring to your customers. So, my advice? Set a price that covers your estimated costs, including a fair wage for your time, and leaves room for unexpected expenses. Focus on making those initial sales, and refine the product and pricing later. The early phase is all about testing your idea and learning from the feedback. Take the example of Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek. Tim was frustrated with the typical 9-to-5 lifestyle and wanted a way to work less and still be successful. He started a blog to document his journey and share his insights. At first, his focus wasn't on making money. It was about providing value through his content. He wasn't making much initially, but his blog slowly gained traction as people resonated with his ideas. As his audience grew, he started receiving numerous questions from readers on how they could apply his strategies in their own lives. This feedback was his turning point. Tim realized that people wanted more guidance, so he developed a comprehensive online course that expanded on his book's concepts. This new product was an immediate hit, and Tim was able to turn his side project into a thriving business. In the beginning, production might be a little messy or inefficient as you gather feedback from early customers. But here's the key. Don't shy away from this phase. Embrace it. The feedback you get is pure gold. Use it to refine your product, make it better, and deliver an even more valuable solution. Keep learning, keep selling, and keep improving. As you do this, start thinking about how to scale your business, how to make it faster, more efficient, and cheaper to produce. You'll figure out what your customers truly value, and this will not only improve your product, but also sharpen your marketing and pricing strategies. This is the stage where your business starts to transform into a machine, producing more, better, and faster. As you scale, you can leverage tools, technology, and processes to help increase profitability. This is where the real magic happens. Remember the process. Identify the problem, solve the problem, get paid, refine, and repeat. It's a cycle that countless ordinary people have used to build extraordinary businesses. They're no different from you. They're not smarter, luckier, or more talented. They simply saw a problem, found a solution, and took action. So, if you're serious about changing your life, don't waste time on side hustles. Focus on identifying real problems and creating real solutions. Get started today. And if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Climbing Wealth. We're in this journey together. I'll see you in the next one.